Water covers 70% of the face of the earth. Only about 2.5% of it is drinkable by man, and where we need it is not necessarily where development takes place. Nobody wants to increase water rates. On the other hand, water is life. We need to make good decisions about how we spend our money and ensure that we provide a good product to this city at the lowest possible price. But the reality is, water is going to go up.
The alternative is we don't make the repairs we need to do, and we try to do it on the cheap, and then down the road we will all pay a much larger price for it.
There are basically two ways that you can maintain a water system, and a lot of cities use a combination of both. There's a certain amount of pay as you go. We take money out of the water rates, and every year we use that to do a certain number of capital projects. But over the course of time, your need for capital projects, the equipment in the system, builds up. Right now the city plans on a $24 million bond issue in the year 2020. And that's going to pay for a number of things, the most important of which is going to be overhead water storage to ensure a consistent supply of usable water for people in the city.
Some of the things in your bill are based just on volume. You have tiers in your water usage, so based on how much you use, you get charged. But a large portion of it is also a flat rate, and that's paying for all those things that are just static. The water main in the street, whether you take a drop or not, we still have to have that pipe in the ground. It still has to be maintained. Age, corrosion, all those things still affect it. When we have all the regulatory stuff in terms of water quality testing, fire hydrants and other things that go along with the fire suppression aspect of your water system, it doesn't just provide water to your house to drink, but also everything that the fire department's going to need to go put the fire out at your house or church or your school or any place else.
We have a lot of places where the water system has, over the course of time, exceeded its useful life. We are engaged in discussions with the Madera Irrigation District as one of our strategic partners. There are checks and balances in government, including every year we have an independent financial audit. There are restrictions on the way we use our water revenues. The city makes every effort to make sure that we act in a manner that's consistent with those restrictions. That becomes part of the compliance audit that takes place every year. I'm not going to tell you that we have the right answer every time, but I'm going to tell you that we're making a good faith effort to go through what I characterize as the critical thought process. Understand the underlying elements, evaluate your alternatives, and then make an informed decision. That's the responsibility of everybody who lives in this city. My staff gets particularly tired of hearing me say this. I want to take the carpenter's approach. Measure twice, cut once.